There we go. All right, it works. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods. And today, oh boy, you know what? Bear still needs to do his, everybody's got like some sort of musical intro. Bear needs a, Bear needs like a sort of, bear, 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 wow, yeah, and the drum guy, then they get the basses, and then you get the lead singer, yeah, thank you, Cleveland, yeah, all right, yeah. So I still got a show to do here, but yeah, I need some sort of theme music or something like that. Peabody, finally. It works. Thank goodness it works this time. He says, okay, I'm here. Hopefully I appear in Bear's chat this time. That's right. Bear was very, very lonely the last time. Apparently Peabody was there, but did not see it in the opening song needs work. Yes, it does. Yes, amongst many other things. I'm glad that I didn't scare anybody away there. But yeah, I don't know what happened the last time. Sorry, P-Money, about that. Yeah, it just doesn't show up. Oh, hello, Jeff. Good to see you here. Yeah, I'm not really sure why there's some. They've changed up some of the stuff on the live on the broadcast side of things here. So, I don't know if that caused any sort of Bear saw it the first time. What was that, on Wednesday, and then had to come back on Thursday because we got cut off, and yeah, the chat didn't work that time. So I don't know. Good to be able to see that it actually works this time. So anyways, sorry about that, P Money, but hey, it's finally working this time. That's good news. Good news for Bear. Thank goodness. All right. Well, if Bear hasn't scared anybody away with his terrible singing, his terrible, awful singing, I tell you what, we've got so much going on here that let's just get right on into it. A couple updates here from first one here. Let me do the thing with the thing, and then you do there I am. There's Bear. There we are. All right, so I tell you what, OBS, may I, just as a side thing here, OBS, I mean, I'm trying to still figure all this stuff out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, just decides to go on vacation sometimes, so who knows. All right, we're going to talk about a book from She here. That's right, from Billy Tucci. The final 13 hours, I think, let's see, this was from yesterday? Yesterday, yeah. Yeah, today's the 21st. So I think it's probably, if it's not over, it's coming pretty close here. So if you haven't checked out the Omnibus from Billy Tucci, check it out there. Let's see, he says the campaign nears the 130K stretch goal with 140 in sight there. And he's going to be doing a gold foil cover enhancement and spot glossing. There you go. So you want a nice little package there of She. If you're a big She fan out there, you want to check it out. I believe it's, I forget how many pages it was, but yeah, quite a bit. Dear Indiegogo backer, he says, incredible. This is the final countdown. Is there only 13 hours remaining on the She Omnibus Indiegogo campaign? I'm assuming that's just the first, 30 days, maybe a 60 days. So it'll probably go in demand here. But anyways, he's trying to get as many backers as he can here. We're just shy from unlocking a special 130K stretch goal, the Crusade Comics logo shield vinyl magnet. There it is. Foil and spot glossing cover enhancements, ! Adding an extra special touch of class to this premium formatted 488-page omnibus edition. Holy cow. I'm trying to figure out, I think Gary Shipman still has him beat there, but yeah, that's definitely a kind of a book or a door holder there. Maybe put it underneath the couch there if you've got one of those missing legs there. It'll hold it up there. So there you are. There you are. Let's see. Says thus far, 8 stretch goals have been unlocked. That would be the special dust jacket cover. Oh, for crying out loud! It's Let's see. YouTube is not receiving enough. For crying out loud. 1 second, people. 1 second here. Let me see if I can fix it. Ay, ay, ay. I do that number. Bear with Bear here for just a second. See if this thing will get going here without it messing up. All right, let's see. Let's see. YouTube is not receiving. Let me go to the thing here. Stream health error. Error. For crying out loud. For crying out loud. Let's see. Let's see. Bear with Bear here for just a second. Let's see. Where is the? Yeah, I've got plenty of data going here. I don't know what's going on here, YouTube. Anyway, sorry about that, people. Let's see. P Money says last live stream I felt as unimportant as my wedding day. I'm sorry, P Money. I hope Aaron Lopresti's new campaign does well. It's all the people complaining he went on EVS's channel. No, who would? Nobody's going to be complaining. I don't. Bear hasn't seen any complaints. Who cares? I mean, actually, that's kind of a good thing. You got those people that can kind of go in between the different shows there. Aaron's a very good. Haven't really seen Art that much, like on like a drawn and quartered show or something like that. But Art T. Bear would be another one of those guys. And it kind of makes you wonder. Not putting anything on mic or anything like that, but it does make you kind of wonder if Garbage Man might have gotten funded, if he'd went over onto Uncle Lee's channel there and kind of promoted it there as well. Just kind of a wider audience, not trying to discriminate between the two hosts there, but just a little bit kind of a wider audience. So we're all pulling for awesome Aaron Lopresti there. Let's see. P Money says, title for one of your shows. Bearing with Bear. Hey, that could be like another nautical one there. I've got plenty of pictures there. So there we are. All right, let's see. Where was Bear? Where was he before he was so rudely interrupted? Let's see. The special dust jacket, a stitch in 3/8 inch satin bookmark ribbon. It'd be interesting if it was a Satan bookmark ribbon. Omnibus trading card, a 5-inch vinyl sticker, a Death Demon Rising mini print, all books expanded to the oversized format. That's pretty cool. Actually, by the way, as a side comment here, I didn't bring it up here, but Bear actually got a email here just before going on the show here. He's got oh boy, got a book coming in from Gary Shipman. It's that oversized artist edition version of the Titan. So you know what, it was a little dry here for a little while. Bear was kind of like, okay, how are we going to do this? No books are coming in. What's going on here? So very much look forward to having a book here so we can actually do a box open and all that other fun stuff. Let's see. Let's see. The Deborah Tucci Strike a Pose trading card, and another trading card, the gold foil Death Has a New Face. Oh, there we go. That would be another great that'd be another great live stream title. Death Has a New Face. There we go. Again, thank you for all your support. We love you all and appreciate all of your amazing support and partnership, Billy and Deborah Tucci. Well, I tell you what, again, Bear tries not to get too deep into it, but the last time was supposed to get one of those little drawings in the remark or something like that, one of the drawings in there, and I didn't get it. So Bear was, emailing back and forth and never heard back from either Billy or Deborah. So maybe they got a little bit busy or something like that. They're still trying to get into it, but that's one of the reasons that Bear hasn't went in for She here, is just still trying to wait on the stuff that he paid for there. So there we go. There's that. Let me see if I can make some room on the screen here. I tell you what. All right, let me minimize this or get it out of the way. Let's minimize it. There we go, so I can see. He doesn't really have too much to say here, other than letters, and letters. That would be from Quinn Howard, the Tadia graphic novel here. I wonder what he thinks about the Dune movie. I wonder if he's really excited about it, or wonder if he's like Bear, which kind of sees this as kind of a bad omen. Anyways, I want to keep you guys in the loop as possible. want to keep you guys in the. Okay, I want to keep you guys in the loop as possible. Thank you so much. And he says, watch it on YouTube. So not really much there. It would have been nice to have, hey, we're going to the letters. Here's a picture of it. And then if you want more details, watch it on YouTube. But anyways, there you go. We got the letters. Hopefully, Matt Weldon drawn comics. So looking forward to Tadia whenever it kind of rambles its way on in here. All right, and the final one here. Speaking of Uncle E. Here, let me get it where I can see it here for crying out loud. P Money says, speaking of Mike, it was good that he came on last night to say that he was feeling better after the Wu flu. Well, Bear's thinking. Okay, this is Bear's thinking here. Unfortunately, I think poor Mike Miller has passed. I think poor Mike Miller has actually passed here, and I think one of the last things that he did before passing on to the eternal realm there was, I think he uploaded his consciousness into like a blockchain there. Mike is kind of the big thing on the blockchain there, so I bet you he kind of figured out a way to kind of extend his mortality into the digital world there. So I think what we were seeing the other day was when he came on was, I think it was either a deep fake or, it might have actually been Mike just kind of coming to us from beyond the grave there in some sort of digital realm there after he uploaded his consciousness into the cryptocurrency. Unfortunately, the cryptocurrency that he uploaded his consciousness to was Dogecoin. So I'm not sure if that's going to work, but there you go. It's good to see kind of Mike, I guess, 2.0 out there. Kind of coming to us from beyond the grave. That's pretty neat. So there we go. So he's feeling better. Good for Mike. Good for quote unquote Mike. There you go. Quote unquote Mike. All right. Speaking of enemies of Mike, Ethan Van Sciver. He says the Cyberfrog, warts and all, the complete 90s edition. Another omnibus here. This campaign is fulfilled. He says it's all done here. Cyberfrog, warts and all, is completely fulfilled. That doesn't mean that you have yours necessarily. The occasional bear out there might be kind of in the middle there. It just means that everything as of today is in the mail. And the U.S. mail always comes out great. We packaged everything and shipped it out. Let us know how we did and if you enjoyed your perks. Actually, Bear got the coloring book off of this one. And one of the things actually Bear's got to say is he did a really good job as far as the fulfillment. Let's see, did Bear get another book or something like that from Ethan? Anyways, at least the last one, it came in first class. So I don't know if all these are going out as first class mail, but I think one of the things is one of the good things about Cyberfrog, the first campaign, I think is Uncle E out there finally kind of learned some stuff about fulfillment and stuff like that. So I think he's able to do it a little bit better here, able to get it out and get it shipped and, probably learn something, the difference between, media mail, there's another one, and then there's like first class or something like that. So just kind of navigating all that stuff has really done a lot better. So got to give a quick shout out there to Uncle E. He says, here's another one. So again, if you didn't get, like, let's say your remark in your book or something like that, he's actually got the email right here that you can kind of click on and go to. Bear actually had to kind of go through and search and try to find Billy Tucci's email. That was kind of a pain, but there's another good thing there. He goes on, he says, if you missed anything, we've listed most of the products from this campaign on our eBay store here. That's a very good idea too. Thank you. A big thank you to everyone after a successful campaign on the books. And please don't forget to back the First Wave Cyberfrog action figure. There you go. Good to see that finally got fulfilled. Or, excuse me, not fulfilled, funded. Or the new Cyberfrog Blood Honey Box campaign here. And also probably the Rainbow the Brute as well. We love and appreciate you all. Ethan Van Sciver, All Caps Comics. So there you are. There's three different ones there from three different campaigns. Keep getting stuff from the Allegiance Arts people. Man, I tell you what, I've been avoiding talking about that sort of stuff there. So, anyways, all right. So we've done all that. Let's see. P-Money says, "Ooh, he uploaded his consciousness. That's why it was a blue ball." You're on the nose there, P-Money. You're on the nose. I'm going to narc you out to Mike, says Jeff Potts. Well, I mean, unless he can kind of reach me through the digital realm, I don't think that. I don't think the physical manifestation of Mike is still around. So there you are. P-Money says, "Great. Warts and all is fulfilled. Can I have my wrecked planet I ordered now?" Hopefully. Actually, there was a. Gosh, I don't know if Bear mentioned this on another live show or not, but he was listening to one of the live shows. It's been about maybe a week and a half ago or so, and he kind of basically spilled the beans on that. Of course, he put it on all the all the backers there, but was basically saying that he had more to do with the first book, and basically people were bugging him, "Hey, when's the book coming out? When's the book coming out? When's the book coming out?" And so basically he just ended it there on the page that it ended on. So apparently he had more story to go to fill out the first book there, and apparently that's where the second book kind of picks right back up. So it sounded to Bear, I don't think he mentioned it specifically, but I think he wants to complete the entire book. So who the heck knows when that's going to come out? Hopefully sooner rather than later. That was one of the things. Wasn't necessarily down on the toys and stuff that he was doing. Just kind of viewed that a little bit more as kind of a vanity thing, or hey, another big name comic guy is doing that, so let me do that as well. Would have rather had the campaign fulfilled, and then the action figures come out, and then maybe the third book as well kind of come out. Again. Not criticizing or anything like that. Just wanted to, limit the amount of campaigns. Same thing goes with your boy Zach. He's got a couple campaigns up, and just trying to be able to focus in on maybe one, maybe two campaigns at a time, and try not to have too many of them out there. Although, I mean, the warts and all, it was already done. He just had to kind of print it. I don't recall if there was any recoloring. I think they just redid the book, put it in a larger format, and sent it off. So there you go. There you are. So Jeff Potts, you make me laugh. Anyways. Hello, Arlene. How are you? Good to see you here. All right, so talking about all that, we've actually got some news, believe it or not. So let me see which one I want to start out with here. I'm kind of start off easy and kind of go from there. So let's do that. I feel like this story is kind of ran its legs here. I feel like Beer's kind of a little bit late on what he's going to be talking about here. But let's just go ahead and do it here. Get right on into it here. Talking about theme songs and people that need theme songs and everything. New Jeopardy host Mike Richards exits 9 days after being chosen. Chosen by himself, by the way. Jeopardy executive producer Mike Richards is stepping down from his position as the new host of the series amid recent conduct scandals. And there he is. Everybody loved Alex Trebek, and it's hard to fill those shoes there. Guy kind of looks like he would probably, not be the one on the the debate team or the high IQ team or whatever it is. He kind of looks like the one that would be kind of performing the swirlies, not being the swirlies being performed on there. So yeah, I don't know. There's a whole kind of deal with that, but I thought it was kind of interesting. Jeopardy executive. See, he's also the executive producer here. Jeopardy. I got to do the exclamation point. Jeopardy. Executive producer Mike Richards is stepping down from his position as the new host of the series amid recent conduct scandals. First created by Merv Griffith for NBC. The quiz show has been one of the most iconic for its genre for nearly 60 years. This series found true popularity in 1984, holy cow, when a syndicated version premiered with Alex Trebek. Anyways, Alex Trebek acting as the host of the show. Yes, indeed. Trebek would remain the host all the way up to 2020, when he would lose his battle to stage 4 pancreatic cancer. R.I.P. Trebek. Jeopardy! Would forge on with a variety of guest hosts while conducting a search for a new permanent host, some of whom included Mayim Balek, whatever, that lady, Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers? How is that going to work? Is he going to, sorry guys, I'm giving up my football career, my lucrative football career, to go host Jeopardy. There you go. Aaron Rodgers, go figure. And LeVar Burton, who proved to be the fan favorite. There you go. Actually, if LeVar Burton actually wins, Jeopardy would actually be the probably the most realistic Star Trek show on TV. So go figure. Even if he's not wearing the what was it? The little hair clip sort of thing as his visor there. So many were left disappointed when it was announced that executive producer Richards would be taking over as the permanent host for the series, while would go on to host primetime specials on ABC and potential spin-offs, though the new change is already in the works for the series. Okay. 9 days after taking over the host position for the series, Richards had stepped down from Jeopardy following sexist and racist comments resurfaced from a deleted podcast in the wake of his taking over the role. There we go. Sony Pictures Television will begin their search for a new host. In the meantime, Richards wrote the following statement to the staff of the series. What was it? Mike Richards. Wait a minute. Wasn't there a? It was Kramer, right? Wasn't it Michael Richards? Wasn't Michael Richards Kramer in Seinfeld? There we go. There's our new host, for crying out loud. We could have. He could even be in character. I mean, poor Mike Richards. He had his own. I don't know about sexist, but definitely racist comments. Maybe we can have a renaissance for Kramer here as the new host for Jeopardy. That would be great. All right, let's see. I'm sorry, I'm ignoring the chat here. Much like P Money the last time, I'm ignoring the chat here. So let's see. Arlene says, "I don't think I've ever caught one of your streams." And she also adds, "How cool." Well, you have no idea, Arlene. You have no idea how cool this is. This is the #1 review show on YouTube, hosted by a bear. So there you go. There's that. And man, oh man, we get into all sorts of craziness here. We do this hopefully if it works out. Although the last time we changed times, but usually it's Saturdays and Wednesdays here at 8 o'clock. So hey, hope to see you around next time here. All right, let's see. P Money. Anybody know about EVS live streams for 5 minutes about? I just missed it right when he deleted it. I hope everything is okay. Again, that might be kind of like what happened to Bear the other day. He lost the connection in one video, and then of course the video that you saw, P Money, didn't have the chat in there, so that might have been something. We were kind of joking around. He was on, I think, Thursday or something like that, and had just got off a show or something like that, and had a little bit of a cough there. We were all joking around, and what are the odds there? But we were all kind of joking around a little bit there. But no, I think he's fine. I think probably just something. Again, like Bear said, the YouTube what do you call this? The YouTube on the creator side, whenever we try to go live here and everything, they've changed that up just a little bit. So there's probably some bugs and kinks that need to be worked out. Bear actually, when you talk about it, Bear went to go start here, and it loaded a previous live stream and took that live. And Bear's trying to delete. I don't want that to go live, because didn't need it, had other stuff, so yeah, it's probably, like he said earlier, it's YouTube's getting a little janky with some of the live stream stuff, so that might have had something to do with it. Let's see. P Money asked, wasn't the Seinfeld guy also named Michael Richards, and didn't he also have a scandal about offending people. Well, there you go. There you go. You got to be on the ball here, P Money. Or maybe I'm 30 seconds behind, something like that. I mentioned it first. P Money declares. There we go. Arlene asks, I don't keep up. Were the two Michaels really offensive, or were people offended? There's a difference. Well, Kramer, Michael Richards from the Seinfeld, I think he was in some sort of live club doing his comedy routine, and he was being heckled, and basically he was dropping some words that you probably shouldn't drop in public settings like that. So he basically got shuttled off there real quickly. This guy, I have no idea. I don't really, whatever. It pains me that these past incidents and comments have cost us such a shadow, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so this other Michael Richards. Anyways, I thought that was pretty funny. But both me and P Money came up with it at the same time. That's pretty funny. There you are. So that guy's out. Although the funny part is he's still the executive producer. So go figure on that one. Go figure on that one. All right. So anyways, that was kind of the joke behind putting Kramer up as the new host, I think. Although I think LeVar Burton would do haven't watched Jeopardy in probably, I don't know, a number of years there. So, all right. Number two, get beer or drink here. There we go. This is from Deadline. Unvaccinated Laura Osnes out at Disney Princess the Concert Tour. Broadway's former Cinderella replaced by Anastasia star Christy Lotemeyer. I don't know if that's pronounced right, but there you go. There's the two lovely young ladies there. Laura is on that would be the left, and on the right is the other lady. Actually, trying to figure out. Let's see, Cinderella. It's been a while. Is it? I think Cinderella has blonde hair, right? So actually, this lady right here might actually be a pretty good replacement. Anyways, here we go. Not sure how you pronounce her name, but Laura Osnes, Broadway's former Cinderella who left an upcoming Hamptons concert event rather than get the Wu flu vaccine, is no longer a princess. Excuse me. A Disney concert tour set to begin this fall has replaced Osnes with Christy Altemeyer. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but there you go. Of Broadway's Anastasia. The new casting was confirmed to Deadline by a spokesperson for the Disney Princess the Concert Tour. According to the rep, the multi-city concert tour will, quote, follow the Disney concert's Wu flu safety policy requiring cast and touring crew to be fully vaccinated, maybe with that third shot, who knows, and will adhere to all the local health protocols at each tour stop in an effort to maintain a safe concert experience for all our patrons, local crews, and the entire touring company. Which it'd be kind of weird if if Cinderella came out with a mask there, and it's hard to sing enough already, and then through the mask, that would be definitely pretty hard. The 85-city U.S. tour was announced in May, with the first leg of the tour then set to star Osnes alongside Susan Egan, that would be Belle from Broadway's Beauty and the Beast. Courtney Reed, that would be Jasmine from Broadway's all well-known people here. And Aisha Jackson, that would be Anna in Broadway's Frozen. There we go. Altemeyer has been scheduled to join the tour next year, but will take over for Osnes when the tour begins in the Metropolitan Macon, Georgia, there on November 1st. Actually, they've got they actually do have a lot of film production there in Macon, Georgia. The Californians don't want to pay California tax, so they actually come over to Georgia. The Walking Dead series kind of films there. I think they've done a number of Marvel movies there. It's kind of a big hub there. So Osnes, who in addition to playing the title role in Broadway's Rogers plus Hammerstein Cinderella, has appeared on stage in Bandstand, South Pacific, and Bonnie and Clyde, announced earlier this week that she had dropped out of an August 29th Crazy For You benefit concert in East Hampton, New York, rather than get the Wu flu shot. And she disputed earlier media reports that she had been fired. Oh, let's see. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. From beyond the grave there. Beyond the grave. Let's see. In a lengthy Instagram post on Tuesday, Osnes defended her vaccine refusal by saying, quote, "I stand by the decision my husband and I, with the input from our physician, have made for ourselves, our family planning, and our future. There is much that is still unknown. Osnes is married to photographer Nathan Johnson. I don't know why that's important, but there you go. Osnes' apparent reference to, quote, family planning, it drew widespread condemnation. No evidence exists to indicate the Wu flu vaccines interfere with or harm pregnancy or prospective pregnancy. Well, that's because they haven't been tested for 9 months, so we don't know if it causes anything there. So we don't have any evidence because we don't have enough time frame there. That's why we test these things before we put them out in the general population. Be careful, Arlene. This is a very controversial topic here on Bear's channel, so you gotta be careful sometimes. The actress's vaccine skepticism prompted considerable debate among Broadway's insiders, included notably between Hamilton actor Javier Munoz and the Tony-winning Tanya Pinkins, I don't know, whatever. Munoz, who lives with HIV and has survived cancer, wrote an open letter on Instagram imploring Osnes to reconsider her position. Yes. Yeah. To which Perkins tweeted, "Read your letter. If Laura Osnes died from the vaccine, you wouldn't care. Or is your comfort more important than her sovereignty?" And let's see, this is Deadline. Deadline says, according to the CDC, no causal link between vaccination and death has been established, and even the possibility of severe reactions is rare. Well, that's completely bunk, because if you actually watch the previous episode here on Bear's channel, we actually went through the fun. This is the, we talk about comics and then we do CDC updates here. We actually went through that, and there was actually vaccinated people who had re-caught the Wu flu there. It was about, as of August, let's see, I don't remember the exact date, but the early part of August there, it was about 1,000 people. So Deadline, you are fake news there. You need to go look at CDC stuff here. So there you go. There you go. Oh gosh, I am so behind here. Let's see. Everyone put on the mask for Mike. Yeah, there we go. That's all right. Let's see. Arlene says, no worries, P Money. I sanitized my screen the second I saw him. There you go. There you go. Let's see. P Money says, I gave the screen the vaccine. You better give it 3 shots there, P Money. You better give it 3 shots. Black Eastern Universe says, screw your mask. There we go. Let's see. Hello, Eric. Good to see you here. He says, who cares what a woke actor from Hamilton has to say about his actress's decision? Sad to see this happen to her. Yeah, there you go. Again, we kind of straddling the line here a little bit, but we're trying to show some of the stuff. I mean, like the last time they were requiring some of these studios, or actually some of the production companies were requiring people that work in the film industry to show vaccines and actually have lanyards and all this stuff on there. At the same time, we were doing the same story where we were talking about, and why, of course. So go back to the previous video if you want to see it, why we were doing the third shot, the booster shot, as it were. So kind of the question becomes, okay, you got your vaccine. Is your vaccine up to date? So do you have to write on the date now where you've, when you got it and all that sort of stuff? That's gonna be kind of a cluster, what there. So we'll see how that turns out. All right, let's see. John McAfee didn't kill himself. There you go. I'm gonna narc you out to Biden once he wakes up from his nap. Don't worry about it. John McAfee didn't. I'm shocked. B Money says, I also have no idea who that is. That is he came up with the McAfee virus scan probably back in the early early 90s, I want to say. It was installed on a lot of Dell desktops and everything. So he got really rich from that, and then kind of went on a kind of conspiratorial bent, and then ended up dead himself. A lot of people said he didn't kill himself, but yeah, the guy had some issues. So Bear wouldn't be surprised. Bear wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. Oh yeah, I agree, Eric. He says people losing their jobs. It's illegal and immoral to force the not going to go there, but force the vaccine on people. Just his opinion. There you go. There you go. The stab is bunk, says Arlene. A cruise full of people that got the stab had a breakout in the coof. In the stabbed people. Yeah, again, Arlene, go back and double check Bear's previous live show. We ran through the whole entire thing. Basically, the vaccine leak kind of theory, I guess, although it's kind of been proven out here. And the reason why you've got to get the third one, it's all based on one study. That's it. It's all based on one study. Same thing with the masks and masking back up. That's all that it's about. So. I do need to go back. Bear needs to go back and kind of put in the sources there, so you guys can go check that out. But if you go watch, I'm pretty sure it has like the link. Like we can do the link right up here. So there's the link, and yeah, if you just go onto the deadline thing, you can find the story here. But yeah, that's something Bear needs to do is prove his receipts. Prove his receipts here. All right. Well, we're going from one sort of virus to another sort of virus here. This is something that we've been talking about on and off for a little bit here, and it's one of these things. Yeah, I don't want to show too much here, but again for Bear's channel and everything, but still want to get this out to people. So basically, what's happening is Apple. If you've got an iPhone, it will, when you take a picture or something like that on your iPhone, it's a lot of times it's sent up to what's called the iCloud. So if you've got another device or something like that, you can view the same picture on the other device because it's in the cloud there. Much like the ethereal Mike here has uploaded his consciousness into the cryptocurrency of Dogecoin, and is now coming to us from beyond the grave here. Much like that, we've got it kind of uploads the pictures there, and they're having a little bit of an issue there. I'm kind of dance around it here and just calling it CP here, but yeah, they've got an issue with that there. So what they're doing is trying to basically put a whole bunch of information on people's phones, and then kind of comparing and contrasting. So that's kind of an issue for a whole bunch of people. For a whole host of reasons, but we're just going to kind of get into some just kind of minor issues with that, just kind of wrapping it up here. But yeah, if you're interested in a new iPhone, Bear would say kind of hold off on that. The new one's coming out probably in September. And also if you have an older iPhone or a current model iPhone, hold off on downloading the new update that's going to be coming out. So just go ahead and turn off your auto updates until we can kind of figure out, is this going to go. A lot of people are pushing back against Apple on this one, so I'm sorry, I'm ignoring the chat here. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, Eric is going on about efficacy. Yes, there you go. Yes. All right. Anyways, YouTube doesn't like bears apparently. Uh-oh, what's wrong, P-Money? Am I No, I've got a good connection here. It looks like it's good. All right, anyways. An explanation for Apple's controversial decision to begin scanning iPhones for what they call CSAM. Basically, I'm trying to remember the acronym for it. Child material. Yeah, anyways, I don't want to get too far into that, but anyways, has been found in a 2020 statement by Apple's anti-fraud chief. His name is Eric Friedman, and he stated in so many words that we are the greatest platform for distributing CP, and the revelation does, however, raise the question. Basically, Apple has said that they are not scanning any of your photos. So they've had this issue with the whole CP issue there. So now they're going to be scanning it, but they're going to be scanning it on your phone here. So it raises this great question. It says, how does Apple, how would they have known if it wasn't scanning those iCloud accounts? How would they have known that they've had a huge problem if they weren't scanning them to begin with? So apparently, through this release here, we found out that Apple might not be as forthright as they have been in the past. So really, and this kind of really goes to kind of the core of the matter, especially for Apple, is they've been very privacy focused and everything. So going back on their word, it'd be like if McDonald's just started serving salads. It's not what people are going there for. So yeah, there was a whole issue with that. The iMessage thread was spotted by people called The Verge here. And by the way, this is a 9 to 5 Mac here that we got it through. Let's see, spotted by The Verge as it works its way through the internal email messages and other material handed over by Apple as part of the discovery process. And this is the Epic Games lawsuits, the people that came out with Fortnite. They were trying to get on the Apple Store, and Apple was charging too much, so they sued Apple to kind of break up the Apple Store and get the price lowered, probably. Ironically, Friedman actually suggested that Facebook does a better job of detecting it than Apple did. And it says the spotlight at Facebook is all on trust and safety, fake accounts, all that sort of stuff. Pardon me. In privacy, they stink. Our priorities are the inverse, which is why we their greatest platform for distributing that sorts of stuff. And a fellow exec queries this, asking whether it could really be true. He says, really? I mean, there's a lot of this in our ecosystem. I thought there were even more opportunities for bad actors on other file sharing systems. And the gentleman responds with a single word: yes. So apparently, when this gentleman was compiling this information for I'm trying to look for the other guy's name here. Anyways, when he was talking to this other gentleman here, he's bringing in all this data talking about iCloud photos. Well, again, if they're encrypted, let's see, I think it was down here somewhere. Yeah, he says, however, it raises the question, how did Freeman know this? iMessage is end-to-end encrypted, and Apple says it didn't want to scan the iCloud for the CSAM. So if the company wasn't doing this, how would it have any knowledge of the extent of the problem in its ecosystem? Which means they might have already been scanning for it, which means, kind of going back to Bear's original point, is put it on the cloud side. You upload a photo and it kind of tries to match that. They're matching it against a database. They've got a huge database out there. So they're trying to match that up. And then once they match that up, of course, they're going to send your name off to the police, and you're going to get that knock on the door and all that other stuff. So that's why you don't want to do any of that. So yeah, instead it's going to be looking at on your device, which means your device is going to have all this really, 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 really bad stuff on it, and everybody's going to have it on their entire phone. So instead of it being distributed through iCloud, it's actually going to be, kind of ubiquitous in the iPhone realm there. So again, one of those things, Bear's trying to kind of let people know. He was trying to think the other day. It's not necessarily a current events channel. We're more kind of looking at the future. So when Apple kind of comes out with their new phone, or when they come out with their new iOS software, you people are going to know, hey, let me turn off the auto updates on there and just double check and make sure that they're going through with this or not. And if they do, you're going to want to hold off. And you can still have your phone. You can still use it. There's no problem with it. Bear would just recommend not updating it. So there we go. All right. Let's see. P-Money just said it was buffering. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, take care, P-Money. Take care. And Arlene's got to go too. Well, thank you, Arlene. Thank you for stopping by. This is the topic that Bear probably should have skipped here, but I'm just trying to let everybody know. All right. Well, thank you, Arlene. Good to have you here. Hope you can join us in the future. Yes, indeed. All right. So here is a fun. Let's see. This ought to be interesting. Here. Dropped on Friday. Not a whole lot of coverage on this. Although this is one of these things where it's a sources say story. Okay, so Bear would recommend a very a healthy dose of skepticism on anything that's said in this article. Again, it's according to 4 current and former law enforcement officials. If you want to come out and say something like this, put your name to it. So again, with a heavy dose of salt on this, we're not sure if it's true or not, but just relaying it to you here. Washington, yesterday, the FBI has found scant evidence that the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol was the result of an organized plot to overturn the presidential election results, according to four current and former law enforcement officials. Again, Beer would say, with a huge dosing of salt there, we got to be very careful with that. Though federal officials have arrested, holy cow, more than 570 alleged participants, the FBI at this point believes that the violence was not centrally coordinated by far-right groups or prominent supporters of President Donald Trump, according to the sources who have been either directly involved or briefed regularly on the wide-ranging investigations. So here we go. 90 to 95% of these are one-off cases, said a former senior law enforcement official with knowledge of the investigation. Oh, by the way, this is at Reuters, however you pronounce it. There you go. Let me get a drink. There we go. 90 to 95% of these are one-off cases, says a former senior law enforcement. Then you have 5% maybe of these militia groups that were more closely organized, but there was no grand scheme with Roger Stone and Alex Jones and all these people to storm the Capitol and take hostages. I don't know why you're bringing Alex Jones in. I mean, Bear's no Alex Jones fan or anything like that, but that's kind of out of left field. But there you go. Stone, a veteran Republican operative and self-described dirty trickster, and Jones, founder of a conspiracy-driven radio show and webcast, and also, doesn't he sell like the health supplements or something like that? I don't know. Are both allies of Trump and have been involved in pro-Trump events in Washington on January 5th, the day before. Well, that doesn't... So what? I mean, not pro anything, but so what? They were there. They were at pro-Trump events. I don't know. FBI investigators did find that cells of protesters, including followers of the far-right group Oath Keepers, not sure who they are, and the Proud Boy groups had aimed to. I think the Proud Boy there was like one of the guys. He had something to do with like the Vice. Wasn't he like one of the founding members of Vice or something? I don't think he has anything to do with it now, but yeah, that's the only reason that Bear has any knowledge of who Proud Boys are or what they do. So groups have aimed to break into the Capitol, but they found no evidence that the groups had serious plans about what to do if they made it inside, the sources said. So yeah, that kind of comes falling apart right there. Prosecutors have filed conspiracy charges against just 40 of those defendants, alleging that they had engaged in some degree of planning before. They alleged that one Proud Boy leader recruited members and urged them to stockpile bulletproof vests and other military-style equipment in the weeks before the attack. Well, what would you consider military-style equipment? I mean, that could be just like a flashlight or something like that. What is that, the tack light? The tack light there. So we know that there weren't any firearms because they came out and said that there weren't anything like that. So we know that they weren't military-style firearms or anything like that. So that's kind of a very vaguely worded thing there. So sent members forward with a plan to split the groups and make multiple entries into the Capitol. But so far, prosecutors have steered clear of a more seriously politically loaded, who cares if it's politically loaded, charges that the source said that had been initially discussed by the prosecutors, such as seditious conspiracy, try saying that 3 times fast, or racketeering. The assessment could prove relevant for congressional investigation that also aims to determine how that day's events were organized and by whom. Well, apparently they weren't organized. You just came out and said they weren't organized. What was it? 95% of the people didn't have any organized plan or anything. There we go. As senior lawmakers have been briefed in detail on the results of the investigation so far and find them credible, a Democratic congressional source says, of course. Well, actually, if that comes out, yeah, he's kind of shooting himself in the foot. The chaos erupted as the U.S. Senate and U.S. House of Representatives, met to certify Joe Biden's victory in November's presidential election. Asterisk mark. It was the most violent attack on the Capitol since the War of 1812. Too bad we don't have P money in here. Bear would kind of say, well, what about the Puerto Ricans separatist group that did that in, what was that, the 1950s? And of course you've had another great political guy there, Bill Ayers. He was trying to do some stuff there on the Capitol as well. So yeah, that's a little kind of loaded there, but there you go. That's Reuters for you. 4 people died, and another died the day following. Reuters. How about we name some of those people? Shall we name some of those people? I would love to name some of those people. Trump made an incendiary speech at the nearby rally shortly before, repeatedly false claims that the 2020 election was stolen, and urging supporters to march on the Capitol to pressure lawmakers to reject Biden's victory. Actually, I think it was more pressuring them to look at some of the conflicting. What was it? Was it Georgia? It was one of those states. They actually sent in conflicting. What do they call those? Trying to remember the technical term of it. Anyways, you sign off that it's signed off, and the election is the certification. There we go. The certification is signed. Anyways, they send out 2 of them. So, maybe not all of them, but a small portion of people might have just said, "Hey, why don't you just take a look at the 2 and figure out, have a debate, that sort of deal." So, again, Reuters, whatever, is kind of twisting it just a little bit here. In public comments last month to the Democrat-led congressional committee formed to investigate the violence, police officers injured in the mayhem urged lawmakers to determine whether Trump helped instigate it. Well, they already did that. Some Democrats have said they want him to testify. You guys already did that. Not in the second impeachment. You guys already did that. I mean, we already went there. It's over and done with. But they've found, so far, have not found that he or people directly around him were involved in organizing the, they say, violence. According to the 4 current and former law enforcement officials, more than 170 people have been charged so far with assaulting or impeding a police officer, according to the Justice Department, that carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. Do that for BLM and Antifa. Please. I would love you guys to do that. But one source says that there has been little, if any, recent discussions by senior Justice Department officials of filing charges such as seditious conspiracy to accuse the defendants of trying to overthrow the government. They have also opted not to bring racketeering charges, often used against organized criminal gangs. So, there you are. Whenever somebody says there was, what was it? What were they trying to call it? An insurrection. Well, just point them to this Reuters, however you pronounce it, article here. And basically, there's now again, Justice Department officials talking anonymously. You gotta, grain of salt there. Senior officials had discussed filing such charges in the weeks after the attack, the source says. Once again, sources say prosecutors have not brought any charges alleging that any individual or group played a central role in organizing or leading what happened there. Law enforcement sources told Reuters, whatever, no such charges appeared to be pending. So, man, oh man, we've got a lot of people in prison, but no charges to file against them. Let's see, that was back in January. Here it is, almost September here. I mean, you're going on 8 months here, almost 9 months here of people kind of locked away that, Anyways, conspiracy charges that have been filed allege that the defendants discussed their plans in the weeks before attack and worked together on the day itself, but prosecutors have not alleged that this activity was part of a broader plot. Some federal judges and legal experts have questioned whether the Justice Department, oh my goodness, is letting defendants off too lightly. Judge Beryl Howell in July asked prosecutors to explain why one defendant was allowed to plea to a misdemeanor charge carrying a maximum sentence of 6 months rather than a more serious felony charge. Bear would also want to ask why some lower level, I believe it was Justice Department employees that were involved in some of the actual riots in New York City, and they were actually firebombing police cars, why they might not have got a more serious charge than just kind of a minor one there. Actually, I think they got let off. So yeah, it goes both ways. By the way, I had to find out, because Judge Beryl Howell is the only person actually listed in this entire article that actually wanted to put her name to it. So actually had to go look it up there. Chief Judge Beryl A. Howell. There she is right there. And she is actually the U.S. District Court of District of Columbia. Let's see. So yeah, she would either be one of the ones in charge of judging some of these people, or not sure if it's the appellate court or not. Doesn't look like it. So anyways, she's the one in charge of judging these people, and she's come out and basically says, yeah, they should have more maximum sentence of 6 months and all this stuff. So yeah, there we go. Appointed to the district court on December 27th, 2010. I wonder who was president then, way back then. Anyways, so there you are. Bear is against mask wearing, but in Miss Howell's case, he will make an exception there. So. All right. Well, it looks like pretty much everybody's kind of filed out after Bear did his Apple story there. So, anyways, we're coming up. Looks like close to about an hour here. Let me do the thing and get out of this here real quick. Get out of that there. There we go. Actually had a final story here, but man, oh man, it would have risen the blood pressure here, talking about some of the media over there in our good friends in Afghanistan. So maybe the next time, if you want to check it out, it is at Deadline. Afghanistan's media in fear and self-censorship as the Taliban return to rule. So if you want to check that out, get a heads up on Bear here. But I think we'll go ahead and kind of leave it at the thing. Yes, do the thing. That's right, Jeff. That's right. Good to have you here. Still trying to figure out OBS. I tell you what, one of the things is Bear tries to do a professional show, but still searching for that. So, hey, do appreciate you guys stopping by here and checking out the channel and everything. Hope you guys enjoyed and possibly maybe learned something. Who knows? We try to do a little bit of both, a little bit of entertainment and, sometimes some fun stuff there. And, hey, you know what? Sometimes you might be learning some stuff straight off the CDC website there. So go figure. It's kind of, Bear was trying to figure out, okay, what kind of channel is he doing here, especially with the live shows and everything. What kind of theme would it be? That sort of deal. Originally was kind of a little bit more comedy and everything. I think it's kind of devolved into kind of a variety show. Bear singing at the very beginning here. We're doing a little bit of comedy there, a little bit of news, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So, maybe next show Bear will do a little bit of juggling. Who knows? Not with chainsaws, though. There we are. So, anyways, want to thank everybody here. P-Money, Arlene, Jeff. Let's see, who else showed up? We had a bunch of people show up today. Eric Boyd, can't forget about him. There we go. A whole bunch of other people, and of course, the avatar of the recently deceased Mike S. Miller, hanging on from beyond the grave. Have uploaded his consciousness into I mean, it's Dogecoin, but that's all right, you know. I mean, at least it's somewhat of a cryptocurrency there. Let's see. Oh, Vim, hey, how are you? Oh, are you cursed? Cured of your throat problems. Now I can understand what you're saying. We try here. Well, thank you. We were actually about to wrap up the show here, but we do appreciate that. Hey, just rewind it here and get to check out all the fun stuff that we did. We covered a whole bunch of stuff here. I tell you what, we were talking about Jeopardy and their stuff that's going on with their host and new host and all this other stuff. Cinderella getting kicked to the curb. Apple's crazy stuff. I mean, the feds out there kind of let the cat out of the bag. Said, you know, hey, the whole January 6th stuff wasn't all that. We were gonna do a story about Afghanistan, but I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here. But anyways, kind of a wide ranging show here. That's kind of what we do, you know. Like I said, a little bit of a variety show, I guess. So there you go. All right. Well, once again, thank you, everybody. Thank you for showing up, giving Bear, you know, some likes and some comments and, you know, all that good stuff. Appreciate it very much. But you know what? All this talk, all this jibber jabber from Bear, you know what? It's made Bear just a little bit hungry. So you know what? He's gonna head back into the woods. That's right. So until next time, people. Grrrr. Grrr. No, grrr. There we go.